Welcome back to The Bridge on WSAV. Okay, I'm back in my kitchen and I'm going to prepare a delicious side dish that will go with any meal, or if you're preparing a barbecue or any type of meal outside, this will be delicious and everybody will be smiling. It's called a Southern Loaded Potato Salad. You've heard of country potato salad and German potato salad. Well, I'm gonna show you Southern Loaded Potato Salad. Okay, so all you need is potatoes. Now, I like to use the golden potatoes. I don't know, they just have the better taste. So I'm in the process of peeling those. I've already peeled them, I've already rinsed them, and I'm gonna finish chopping these up. You want nice big cubes because you're gonna end up boiling these. So you just wanna chop those up in a bowl. Now that you have those chopped up, we're gonna pop those in a colander. You wanna make sure that you rinse.
Oh, what about being delicate?
Now that you have those potatoes nice and rinsed, you're gonna put it in a pot. There you go. Let's add water. You wanna put enough water to cover the top of the potatoes. Now that we have the potatoes all rinsed and in the pot, we're gonna put it on the stove and let's turn it on. You wanna cook it on about medium-high. Now, you're gonna bring that to a boil, but go ahead and add a little bit of salt. And I'm using Himalayan salt, but you can use any form of salt that you want. Make sure that you keep your eyes on the potatoes. You don't want to stir them because you don't want to get them mushy. Just keep your eyes on the potatoes and you're going to cook them for about 10 minutes. Okay, now that we're waiting on that to boil, we want to chop up our ingredients. I'm going to take some green onions. And you know, a lot of people only use the white part of the green onion, but you want to really come all the way up the green onion and use some of the green part as well. It's really nice and flavorful. Now, in addition to the green onion, I've also used a delicious Vidalia onion, and I just finished chopping that up as well. So you have your green onions and you have a nice onion, and I always love using the Vidalia sweet onion. Now that you've been chopping up your ingredients, it's time to check on the potatoes to mix everything up. It is nice and done. You really want to make sure that you don't overcook the potatoes. Have your colander ready and pour it in a colander. So you want to drain off all the water, but here's the thing. Now this is a secret. You really don't want your potato salad to be mushy. You want it to be nice and firm. So you're going to rinse those potatoes with some nice cool water. After you finish rinsing the potatoes, you want to make sure you let them sit there and dry. You don't want all the water inside. When you rinse it away, you're rinsing away a lot of the starch, and that's a good thing. So my potatoes have been sitting there. They're all nice and rinsed. We're going to pour those inside a bowl. Now it's time to start mixing up all the ingredients. First, what we're going to do is start taking eggs and start chopping those up. And I like using the entire egg. A lot of people will chop them up right over a dish that they are cooking. There's several ways you can do the egg. You can chop them up real fine, like I'm doing. Some people just take the egg and just squeeze it and start breaking it up in your dish. So just because you don't have a knife, it doesn't mean you can't chop them up. You can use your own hands. And add those eggs in there, like so. And you know, remember, the eggs give it a lot of protein, so that's why I say go ahead and use the entire egg. Once you get the eggs in, now it's time to start adding the other ingredients. I add the Vidalia onions. Next, we're going to add relish. Now, this is a dill relish. A lot of people will use sweet relish. I particularly like dill relish. Once that's in, let's go to the bacon. Now, this is just bacon that I fried up earlier. I let it cool and I broke it up. But you could also buy the store-bought pieces. They come in a little pack from any grocery store. Okay, now as we said, this is going to be loaded Southern potato salad. So I love cheese, so we're gonna sprinkle in some cheese. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of cheese you use. I like using a mild cheddar cheese, but you can use sharp, you can use another form of cheese that you like. I think mild cheddar cheese goes well with this. It's almost like a baked potato. Okay, to give it a little bit of color, you're going to put in a little bit of pimento. We know how healthy the olives are. Well, we're not eating the outside of the olive. I just like a little bit of pimento because that gives it a little bit of flavor and color. Now it's time to add in the green onions. You want to just pour those in. I like a nice onion flavor, but I also like the different types of onion. Okay, now it's time to add a little mixture to kind of soup it up a bit. But you don't want it really thick. It's almost like you're making a baked potato. So take a nice scoop of sour cream. And you know, you can be healthy. You can use reduced fat sour cream if you want. A lot of people will even use also ricotta cheese. They will also use a form of plain yogurt. I like good old-fashioned sour cream. Now that you have your sour cream in, you're going to add mayonnaise. And any flavor mayonnaise, you can also use a reduced fat. Add your mayonnaise. Now a little seasoning. I keep it very simple, my potato salad, so we're gonna add a little bit of Himalayan salt. And you can use a regular form of salt as well. I just particularly like the health benefits of the Himalayan salt because it's the purest form of salt. You can tell it's Himalayan because it's pink. And a touch of pepper. If you want it with a little bit of kick, add more pepper. If you don't like very much pepper, then hold it back. And as you see, I'm not giving you the measurement because I season to taste. As I always say, I'm no chef. I just like playing around in the kitchen and using the recipes that I learned from my mom, my grandmother, my great-grandmother. But if you'll learn to season to taste and just kind of play with it, believe me, you'll be a great cook. That's what I found out from my family. Okay, now this is the important part. You don't want to stir your potato salad because you don't want to make it mushy. You want to toss your potato salad. Ah, that looks so good. Now that I have it nice and tossed, I'm pouring it in the dish. That's gonna look nice. That. Okay, next, the finishing touch. I'm just going to add a little fresh parsley, just to give it a little color. Now it's time for the real taste, or the real test. I could eat that by itself. Absolutely delicious. Delicious Southern loaded potato salad. I love it. Don't go away. We'll be back with more of The Bridge right after this. Stay with us.